What's up, everybody? I'm going to talk real briefly here about Google Keep and the different ways you can access it without actually having to go to the Google Keep website or app. So here we are right now in the Google Keep web app here. And just real briefly, we'll go over just the basics of Keep. So again, if you're not familiar with Keep, it's a very simple and useful note-taking app. So it says right here to start taking a note. I click there, right here. Go to the title. We'll call this Practice Note, and then I click down below. This is practice. I can type some easy notes if I want to. If I click on the three little dots here, I go to show checkbox. I can turn this into a a checkbox note that things can be checked off nice and easily. Or if I mess up, I can uncheck it. I can do a little checklist here. Very practical and useful. Right here we have the reminders where I can set certain times or even a place to be reminded. So if you have the app sync also on your phone and the location services on your phone are enabled, when you get to a certain location like your house or work, or even like, let's say you're making a grocery list, it'll remind you when you actually get to that location, or you can set a time. So you can pick the date and time or pick the place using Google Maps. If you can share notes with people if you like, just like anything else with Google. You can, like a Google Doc or Google Slides, you can share the note with somebody. So that's good for some productivity. If you're into color coding, you can change the color, the background color of any of your notes. You can insert pictures, a lot of other things, a little more fancy things that you can do that we're not going to get into in this video. So when I hit close, it's going to go down here with the rest of my notes. If I scroll down, there's a note I just made. The reason why I didn't go to the top is because these are the ones that are pinned. So if I open up this one right here, you see that this pin right here has been checked. That means any ones that I pin are all automatically going to stay at the top. So that kind of helps your organization with Google Keep. So let's think of this from a classroom perspective. If you have kids using Google Keep to take notes, so you want to use those notes as resources to help them kind of jumpstart the writing process. Google Keep integrates right with Google Docs. So if you want to have kids typing out an essay, for example, or research paper, let's take a look at Docs right here. If I open this up, it's a blank document. Over here on the right side, you can see that we have a toolbar here. And if you don't see it, there's a little arrow down here. But if you click it right there, then it opens it up. If you don't see it, make sure that little arrow is checked, and you can get your little toolbar here. So at a glance, you have Google Calendar, Google Keep, and Google Tasks. So we're going to focus here on Keep right here. So when I click on the Keep button, it opens up all of my Keep notes right here on the side. So if kids have done a Keep note for different sources of research, they can pull it up right here, and then if you click on the the three dots here and they go add a document, those notes get thrown right into the document, and this can really be a useful way to help jumpstart the writing process. Either they can at a glance look at what their notes are and type, or they can throw it right in there and they can edit and manipulate it and kind of jumpstart the whole writing process. The same is true for Google Slides. So if you open up Slides right here on the side, if you have some notes that you want to, some information that you've taken from different sources from a student, I can at a glance right here and throw it into Google Slides. Or I can add it to the slide just like I did for the Google Docs. Students, not so much. You're going to be using Google Sheets, but as a teacher, if you're using Google Sheets and for some reason you have some data that you have written down in Keep, again, you can pull it straight out of here. You can't just immediately import it straight in here, but you can have as a glance copy and paste things from Keep right over into Google Sheets. This is also true of Gmail. If you have some checklists that you have there, you can also have a glance at Keep while you are working through Gmail. Same is true with Google Calendar. If you're in your calendar and you think I need to see what's on my Keep for a moment, I just click on the little sidebar and I can have a glance at Google Keep. So again, the purpose of this video was to show you just the bare bones basics of what Google Keep is about and how you can access your notes in Google Keep within other apps in G Suite.